This is a recipe for Texas tortilla casserole. Like most all of our camping recipes, this is really easy to make. We have flour tortillas, and you want flour, not the hard ones. Some taco sauce, onion, cheddar cheese, pinto beans, and a pound of ground beef. We're using lean extra ground beef. Surprisingly, we found this on sale for $4.99 a pound, and it was actually cheaper than the 80% cheap stuff, so you know, who knew. So anyway, these are the ingredients. First thing we're going to do is ground the ground beef, mix it with taco sauce, and then we'll be back. Well, this does tend to make a gooey mess, so we are going to use the liner here, and this is just a standard parchment paper liner you can buy for Dutch oven. And again, we're using our Dutch oven, which we like to cook with almost exclusively when we are camping. So that's step one, is just to put the parchment paper in the oven. Now it just so happens that these tortillas are almost an exact fit for this Dutch oven. If your Dutch oven is larger, you may want to buy a little bit larger diameter tortilla, but it just about perfectly fits in the bottom. If you're going to make this at home in a regular casserole dish, we usually cut this into 4 wedges, then arrange the wedges into a square, and it takes maybe 1.5 tortillas to cover a casserole dish at home. But something like this Dutch oven, 1 tortilla is perfect. So the idea here is to layer. So we've got 1 tortilla on the bottom, then we'll put maybe 1/4 of the beans in the bottom and kind of lay them out like so. Just lay them out, and then 1/4 of the onions, then 1/4 of the ground beef, then 1/4 of the cheese, well, it's looking good already, isn't it? Okay, kind of flatten it out a little bit if you can. Then again, another tortilla, and then 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4 until you're done. Now these tortillas are a little small, so what I end up doing is actually putting 2 of them in. 1 or 2 is fine. And then I put maybe 20% rather than 25% between the layers, so I actually reserved a little bit for the top. So this has got 4 layers plus a little bit on top. Now we didn't state this in the original recipe, but if you want to, you can add a little bit of salsa to the top of it. And we're getting older, my wife and I, and the days of, you know, hot Mexican food are kind of over. So this is mild. I mean, we don't like the stuff that burns your gut anymore. You know, something with some flavor is plenty. Okay. So there we go. We have everything ready to pop in the oven. And we're going to pop it in the oven for 350 degrees for, say, 15 minutes or so. And if you've ever watched any of our other videos, you know what? We don't measure. We don't time. We just throw in what looks good and wait until it looks like it's done. So that's what we're going to do with this. Put the top on, and into the oven it goes. Or campfire if you prefer. Texas tortilla casserole right out of the oven. Now that looks good.